Theia has brought the existence of an ecosystem, an open source framework that allows us to be in the driver's seat. And by that I mean we have the freedom to devise our own ecosystem marketing strategy without being bound by conditions that are imposed by a third party. And that's very important for us.
With Theia, the Eclipse ecosystem started to provide a next generation platform for tools and IDEs. And I think the big impact is that a lot of projects that would have gone to other ecosystems finding a new platform are now considering the Eclipse ecosystem again as an innovative space to build tools and IDEs.
Where I find that we're really good is the community perspective. We've managed to build up a community of very diverse enterprises and individuals, and I was personally surprised by the way that everyone came in saying, I have very specific use cases and my problems are unique to myself. And then we started sharing these problems, and it turns out we all have the same issues and we could work together to solve them. And I found that beautiful.
For me, I think the biggest impact of Theia is providing the industry a vendor-neutral tooling platform to build their developer tool products on top of. So whether you're talking about Google Cloud Shell, talking about ARM's Embed Studio, you can see where the industry is taking Theia and using it, as we had hoped, to actually build products that developers love.
One of the biggest impacts it's had is quite technical. Is the ability to create an IDE which you can deploy on the desktop or in the browser using exactly the same code base. We found that extremely powerful. We've actually got a situation now where we have products running in both those environments, so we use the same code base for both.
I'm a bit biased because I worked on it, but I think the memory inspector feature is very neat and really sets Theia apart from some of its competitors. We did a fair bit of research into competing solutions when we were making the new version of the memory inspector, and we tried to come up with something that was at least as good as everything else and had a little bit extra. And I think we managed that. I think it's a very attractive feature, and I think it's got a lot of functionality that's pretty easy to access and use.
For us, three aspects are essential. Firstly, I would say the extensive customizability, although in the core user interface, is really important. And then the strategy of enabling both cloud-based applications and those that continue to run on the desktop. And what should not be underestimated too, in my opinion, is the fact that Visual Studio Code extensions can also be used under Eclipse Theia.
The VS Code extension support, because I think that's been the driving feature behind a lot of adoption of Theia, simply because it's just so easy to get started with it.
To me, the upcoming support and improved support for secondary windows, it might not sound like it, but I have multiple monitors, and being able to pop out windows and use as much space as possible to make the workflow smoother, I would say, is to me a great feature of Theia.
To me, the most important feature is, and probably ever will be, its customizability, going way beyond just allowing you to add a logo and styling on top of an existing tool, alongside maybe some custom behavior that you want to edit, but instead really enabling you to keep the generic tool behavior where it fits, but also choose the spots where you really want to take full control over the functionality.
For me as a developer, it's the flexibility. I mean, you can pretty much replace anything or do your own stuff or leave stuff out in Theia. And that just makes it a great platform for IDE-like tools that are not exactly mainstream.
I would claim that the trend towards web-based and cloud-based tools is still in the very beginning. And now that Theia is considered to be the next generation of the Eclipse platform, I would expect that more and more projects that are currently adopting the desktop Eclipse platform start to adopt Theia as the next generation technology for the next, hopefully, 2 decades.
Theia is really well on the way in becoming the standard choice for companies providing custom tools or IDE-like products. So I think this will lead to an even broader and increasingly rich ecosystem of recurring components that can be used in such products and can be shared with other companies. And many of which I think we already see today, such as the memory inspector, tracing support in CDT.cloud, or support for building diagram editors and modeling tools with Eclipse GLSP and EMF.cloud. So I think there is already a great ecosystem, but I expect a lot of innovation to happen in this ecosystem in the future, the more adopters join and work together.
I believe that we'll continue to add features that our adopters request. For example, the toolbar was new recently, or right now we're working on adding support for moving some of the views outside of the main browser window. For example, right now there's a PR open for terminals that you can pull out of the main browser window. And the second focus would be that we make it easier for the adopters who build products on Theia to work with both the community but also with the releases. And for example, the community release that we started, this process is a big step in that direction to make it easier to adopt new versions and uplift, etc.
I would encourage anyone with an idea for an application that they'd like to develop to give it a try with Theia and make use of the community resources that Theia makes available.
In the past 5 years, the various contributors have made a huge achievement that the community can really proud of today. Many thanks for your work, and I look forward to being positively surprised in the future as well.
Yeah, so I think the vibe and the collaboration across several companies and working in different domains in Theia is excellent and truly inspiring, and I'm very happy to be part of that community.
First and foremost, congratulations. You're doing a fantastic job. And you're fulfilling a real need in the industry. So by all means, keep going and congratulations.